Good morning, everybody, and happy Tuesday. It is December 2nd, and I'm happy to have you here for another edition of Morning Pulse. I'm Kelsey Marier, your host and producer, where I bring you top local headlines that we here at KTTC are following in southeast Minnesota and northern Iowa. So happy to have you here. Today I'm going to be sharing 3 news stories with you today, and then I will touch a little bit on the weather at the end, and then let you get about your day. Obviously, many of you are probably just getting your day started. And so we want to just make sure that you know what's happening in our area so that you can stay informed. So we are going to start with a story that we have been following throughout the evening, yesterday and into this morning. Kind of a big story for our area. We're taking you over to St. Charles for this first story. That is because a grain bin owner kind of picking up the pieces this morning. Yeah, after this happened, this video on your screen, 2 bins on the grain site right in the center of town collapsed, and authorities say the cause of this still unknown at this time, but it does appear to be accidental. It happened about 12:20 Monday afternoon. We got some of this information from the St. Charles Police Department. So a bystander in the parking lot near that site actually called emergency responders when they noticed that one of the bins, which was full of corn, was about to collapse. Obviously, that's how we got some of this video of it actually collapsing. So when the first bin fell, it actually took out another bin, but that one was mostly empty. So 2 of these grain bins ended up collapsing essentially. After the collapse, emergency crews were working to kind of clear the debris and all the corn off the railroad tracks in that area. There was about a foot of corn kind of covering. Obviously, you can see it's also intermixed with some snow. So kind of a crazy situation. Thankfully, nobody was hurt during this incident, and a local excavating company has since been hired to handle kind of the remainder of this cleanup. But yeah, definitely kind of a scary situation, but really grateful that nobody was hurt in this. And it's crazy that we were able to, that somebody was able to catch it on camera as it was collapsing. So we're going to continue to follow this story and just see if there's any new developments. Of course, we'll bring those to you on air and online at KTTC.com. And you can get this story on our KTTC mobile app for your smartphone. Next, we are covering a story, kind of continuing coverage here, you could say. We have learned that an appeal hearing for convicted murderer Adam Fravel has officially been scheduled. So the Minnesota Supreme Court is going to be hearing oral arguments on January 8th up in St. Paul. Little backstory on this situation. Fravel murdered Winona mother Madeline Kingsbury in March of 2023. He then hid her body in a rural culvert near Mabel. We covered the entirety of this story, the trial, and now clearly the developments happening after trial. Fravel was found guilty of first-degree murder with a past pattern of domestic abuse. He is currently serving a life sentence without the possibility of parole. But the update in this continuing coverage story is that an appeal hearing has been set for Adam Fravel. That is January 8th of next year, and that will be taking place in St. Paul, and that is according to the Minnesota Supreme Court. And finally this morning, I wanted to give you a little bit of an update on Rochester City Council. So the council has approved its 2-year operating budget. This is for 2026 into 2027 to the tune of nearly $700. We kind of have all the numbers broken down on your screen here. It includes an almost 6% increase in the property tax levy for taxes payable in 2026. Now, this does not mean that every property taxpayer is going to see that increase. Just wanted to clarify that. The impact to individual property owners is based more on property value, classification, and the city's overall tax base. So just clarifying that. The budget also includes funding for more than 220 capital improvement projects. Those are slated to happen next year, and the total cost of that is a little more than $250 million. For long-term vitality, essentially. So we have a breakdown of all these numbers, the operating budget, the final vote that was made on this for the Rochester City Council, all on our website, kttc.com. If you kind of want to look just more in depth at these numbers, what it all means, we have that full coverage for you at kttc.com. Okay, that is all of the news headlines I have for you on this Tuesday morning, but I do want to touch on the weather very quickly before I let you go. So we are dealing with a pretty chilly morning, but thankfully we're going to see a little bit of sunshine today. So that is what meteorologist Ted Schmidt was saying this morning. There are a few days ahead of us here, a couple, I think tomorrow as well as into the weekend that we could see some chances for snow. Nothing major, nothing like how we saw this past holiday weekend, but just things to keep in mind. Also Wednesday night into Thursday, we are going to be seeing some very cold temperatures. We're talking the low for the day is below zero. So that Wednesday evening into Thursday morning is definitely going to be chilly. So if you're someone like me who gets up in the middle of the night to go to work basically, or gets up really early, just know that you are going to want extra layers for that day in particular. Maybe start your car a little bit earlier, or try not to spend as much time outside in those early morning hours if you can, just to be safe. Okay, that is all that I have for you on this Tuesday. I hope this was helpful, and I hope to see you right back here on Wednesday for more local headlines right here in KTTC's digital studio.